What's our final main topic today?
Randolph K. I saw Aladdin this weekend and I completely loved it. It came in at #1 at the box office, although a bit lower than I thought it would. Critical reception is mixed, but the audiences seem to love it with an A Cinemascore and a 93% verified viewer score on Rotten Tomatoes. Do you think positive word of mouth can give Aladdin strong legs to improve its box office performance?
I gotta tell you what, you guys know that I was skeptical about Aladdin. You know I was skeptical about Aladdin, especially when they pushed off the review embargo until the day before the movie came out. And I'm like, well, there's your red flag, whatever. I went in to go see, and you guys saw that I reviewed this earlier this week. I really enjoyed Aladdin. It was so much better than I thought it had any business being. Will Smith was terrific and all that kind of stuff. Now, the majority of critics like it, but a very, very small majority. It's only got like a 58%. But however, everything else across the board right now looks like a big win for Aladdin. Aladdin took #1 at the box office. Worldwide, in just his first weekend, it's made $207 million, which is ahead a little bit of where they were initially tracking for worldwide release, which is great. It ain't Avengers numbers, it ain't Star Wars numbers, but considering how much of a mess people like me and some others like me thought this movie was going to be, that's not bad. Right now, the Rotten Tomatoes critic score is at 59%. Again, at least the majority like it, but hey, it's not great, especially for a Disney film. These are not great numbers for a Disney film. However, now that Rotten Tomatoes only uses verified audience members who have proven they've seen the movie and they verified it with ticket purchases, the Rotten Tomatoes verified audience score is actually sitting at 94% with a cinema score of A. Audiences, and I've been hearing from you guys too, audiences who have been seeing this thing have been enjoying Aladdin for the most part. Not everybody, no movies for everybody at all, but there seems to be a pretty big difference between the critic score and what the audience, both on the Rotten Tomatoes verified audience score and on CinemaScore as well. So there seems to be a bit of a difference there. Rob, look, this is a movie that had a lot of question marks going into it. From a questionable first couple of trailers, they were right from when they announced Will Smith as being Genie. There were some people pretty unsure about that. Even people who didn't like the movie seemed to like Will Smith as a Genie, though, at this point. Has a decent opening, $80+ million on the 3-day weekend, long weekend, about $105 million, 207 worldwide. Pretty strong, not bad. But listen, do you think with the audience scores right now, which are different than the critics' scores, do you think with these audience scores there can be enough word of mouth that maybe Aladdin could have some pretty decent legs, or do you think this thing's going to wither on the vine?
No, I think it's going to do well. I mean, everyone I've talked to, virtually everyone I've talked to, and the tweets people have sent me and the emails has liked this movie. I haven't heard one person say, it sucked. I mean, normally you get that. First of all, the worst, I hate when people say that about, it's the most ignorant comment you can make about a movie. And no one said that about this movie. People have liked it. And isn't that good? Isn't that what movies are supposed to be? They're supposed to be entertaining. And, look, people can rip on Disney all they want. But between giving us Aladdin, between giving us Endgame, and apparently giving us Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the month of May is doing pretty well for them. and I would say that Disney, if you're going to provide the masses this kind of entertainment, their job is to entertain people. And when they do it well, they should be rewarded. And aren't we rewarded? I mean, I like you, I was dubious about this movie till we were at CinemaCon and we saw that long clip, and I'm like, well, as an old man with one foot in his grave, I wasn't exactly waiting for an Aladdin live action movie, but seeing it, I'm like, if there has to be one in the world, this looks pretty good to me. So I'm glad it's turned out okay, and I think it's not going to wither on the vine. I think people are going to go back. Musicals, if you like that toe tapping thing. And this, apparently people do. There's new songs. I saw a clip from a new song that Naomi Scott sings.
Yeah, Speechless.
Speechless. I liked it. I was like, yeah, okay, great. If I had kids, I'd take them twice.
I've been talking about this, and every day has been singing the songs and putting on the soundtrack and just has loved this movie. Naomi Scott was in it. I actually saw this great thing. I didn't know James Corden does this thing with this thing. It's called like Crosswalk Concert or something, where they basically got the cast and a whole ton of extras from Aladdin, all dressed in costume in Los Angeles, waited for a crosswalk light to turn on, and Will Smith and everybody, they go into the middle of the crosswalk where the traffic is stopped and start doing Never Had a Friend Like Me or Make Way for Prince Ali. That was what they were singing. And the people in the cars like, what is going on? And then the light turns and they run off the street. It was pretty funny. But yeah, I think Look, I think this thing's going to have some pretty decent legs. The word of mouth has been pretty positive. Again, this isn't going to be an $800 million film or anything like that, but I think it's going to do well for them, and it certainly turned out better than I thought it was going to. So what did you guys think of Aladdin? Have you had a chance to see it yet? Jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts.